Hello, boys and girls. Today, I will tell you a story about Tank, this lovable dog besides me. I will also share how she got her name. Once upon a time, there was a young man who just moved to a town for 6 months. He's been there for 6 months, and he decided that he needed a friend to talk to. So he came to an animal shelter and adopted a pet. You can say hi, Tank Tank. Say hi, yeah. And he adopted a pet. And the shelter staff decided he was the right person to give Reggie, quote, this black lab. The man received many of Reggie's belongings, including a dog pad, a bag of toys, almost all of which were brand new tennis balls, his dishes, and a sealed letter from his previous owner. Reggie didn't adjust well to his new home for the first 2 weeks, as the shelter staff had suggested. Then the man remembered when he saw the sealed envelope from Reggie's previous owner, which he forgotten entirely. So I'm going to share this letter with you. This is what the letter said from the previous owner, from Reggie's previous owner. It says, "To whomever gets my dog." Well, I can't say that I'm happy you're reading this. A letter I told the shelter could only be opened by Reggie's new owner. I'm not even happy writing it. He knew something was different. So let me tell you about my lab in the hopes that it will help you bond with him and he with you. First, he loves his tennis balls. The more, the merrier. Sometimes I think he's part squirrel, the way he hoards them. He usually always has 2 in his mouth, and he tries to get a 3rd in there. Hasn't done it yet. Doesn't matter. When you throw them, he'll bound after them. So be careful. Don't do it by any roads. Next command. Reggie knows the obvious ones, like sit, stay, come, heel. He knows hand signals. He knows ball and food and bone and treat like nobody's business. Feeding schedule. Twice a day, regular store-bought stuff. The shelter has the brand. He's up on his shots. So be forewarned though. Reggie hates vet. Good luck getting him in the car. I don't know how he knows when it's time to go to the vet, but he knows. Finally, give him some time. It's only been Reggie and me for his whole life. He's gone everywhere with me, so please include him on your daily car rides if you can. He sits well in the back seat and he doesn't ever bark or complain. He just loves to be around people, and me most especially. And that's why I need to share one more bit of info with you. His name is not Reggie. He's a smart dog. He'll get used to it and will respond to it. That I'm pretty sure of. But I just couldn't bear to give them his real name. But if someone is reading this, well, it means that his new owner should know his real name. His real name is Tank. Because that is what I drive. I told the shelter that they couldn't make Reggie available for adoption until they receive word from my company commander. You see, my parents are gone. I have no siblings. No one could talk. No one could have left Tank. I could have left Tank with. And it was only my real request of the Army upon my deployment to Iraq that they make one phone call to the shelter in the event to tell them that Tank could be put up for adoption. Luckily, my company commander is a dog guy too, and he knew where my platoon was headed. He said he'd do it personally. And if you are reading this, then he made good on his word. Tang has been my family for the last 6 years, almost as long as the Army has been my family. And now I hope and pray that you make him part of your family too, and that he will adjust and come to love you the same way he loved me. If I have to give up Tang to keep those terrible people from coming to the U.S., I am glad to have done so. He is my example of service and of love. I hope I honored him by my service to my country and comrades. All right, that's enough. I deploy this evening and have to drop off this letter at the shelter. Maybe I'll pick in on him to see if he finally got that third tennis ball in his mouth. Good luck with him. Give him a good home and give him an extra kiss good night, every night, for me. Thank you, Paul Mallory. As Mr. Mike, my husband, ended the story, he drove to the gate of our shop. Guess who was there in front of our gate? Yes, this yellow Labrador. And that was how or why we gave her Tank as her name. We have cared for Tank for the last few years, and she is fiercely loyal and protective. She wouldn't let anyone near the house or the shop. Boys and girls, there are so many animals at the shelter looking for a home. If you can take some of these animals home, I know and guarantee you that you will have a loyal companion for years. But first, make sure that your mom and dad are okay with it, okay? Many dogs on the street understand when they are neglected or abused and are grateful that you take them in. Give them a home, and you will find yourself one of the most loyal friends ever. I think Tang Tang is falling asleep on me. As we celebrate Veterans Day this week, let us be kind to our veterans as well, who sacrifice their time and lives to protect our freedom. Take these men and women out to lunch or dinner. Do what we do. When we go out to restaurants and eat, and we see a veteran, we always ask our waitress to take care of the tab. I am not sharing this with you to tell you how great we are, but sometimes when you want to show appreciation, it would cost you something. Buying them lunch or dinner costs us very little, but it makes an immense difference to those veterans who lay down their lives for us every day. Although I cannot verify the authenticity of this story, I do know that thousands of men and women serving our country are deployed every year and must leave their pets behind. Unfortunately, some of those men and women don't come back. So, you can do something good when you need a pet. Go to a rescue shelter and pick a tank of your own. Thank you, boys and girls, for listening to my tank story today. I pray the story inspires you to help our veterans and also adopt a pet. Have a great day, and I will see you on our next adventure. And Tank, we'll see you too. Can you say night-night? I mean goodbye? Tank, Tank? Bye-bye. Bye, boys and girls.